This is Random Randy Savage from Code 45 Podcast, and you're listening to the Geek World All-Stars Podcast Network.
Broadcasting very fast and very dangerous from the planet Malastare. You are listening to So Wizard.
You're thinking, people gonna die?
The only podcast to make the Kessel run in under 12 parsecs.
There'll be no one to stop us this time.
What's going on, everybody? It is time for episode number 289 of the So Wizard podcast. I'm your host, Joey DiCarlo. My co-host this week is the expert, Mr. Marcellus Reagans.
Hello, world. What's going on?
The queen of all nerds, Aubrey Litchfield, is away on assignment, so it's just the two of us, you and I, this week. It's going to be me and you talking all about the world of nerd on the Geek World All-Stars Podcast Network while we review Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, and talk about some nerdy news. But before we get into that, how are you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I actually resisted the urge to go see Star Wars again. I was up. It was playing. I had my money in my hand. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it today.
It's still playing?
Yeah. It's barely hanging on. And if there's a pulse, I'm gonna support it.
Where the hell? What is it like? What, one showing a day at this point?
It's like 2. Next week it'll be 1.
It's crazy.
But yeah,
you're crazy.
Fine, I'll take that. I didn't go see it again, but what I did get was Colin Trevorrow's script for Duel of the Fates. After weeks of people talking about it and the leaked images and all of that stuff, someone actually leaked the entire script. So I have that in my back pocket. I just haven't had time to sit down and read it yet.
One of my dream waifus, Jenny Nicholson, just released a YouTube video all about that.
Oh, yeah. I without even watching any of it, I'm going to guess that she thinks it's 100 times better than the movie that we got, and she wishes that was made.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet because it's like an hour long. So.
Oh, God. All of her videos are like an hour long.
It's okay.
And how are you doing, Joey?
I'm fine. Just hanging out, rocking and rolling. You know, not really anything exciting going on. My son bought a PlayStation 1. Jesus.
Where did he find that at?
On eBay. And it was a bit of an adventure getting it here, dealing with eBay, and that took about 10 days. And the person that sent it to me charged me for priority shipping and then sent it media mail. Really was not happy about that, but we got it and it works, and it was really well packaged and it's in really good condition, so I really can't complain. And I actually had from, I don't know how long ago, it was 1998, 22 years ago.
Forever ago.
I actually had my copy of Metal Gear Solid still, so that's what Colin wanted to play, and that was the whole reason why he wanted to buy a PlayStation 1, so he was playing that all day today. We spent the time to set it up, and he's been playing that, and I've been trying to remember. I know I beat it like 20 years ago, so I'm trying to remember like what you're supposed to do, and some of it comes right back to you, and the other ones like, I think you do this, and then we would die. So it was pretty fun. That's been the only excitement other than that, just working and sleeping. So. And
he enjoys playing a video game that came out way before he was born.
Yeah, it's a classic. So.
Wow. I don't play video games, so I wouldn't have no idea. If you put that game versus the new game, like say the one that came out like 2 years ago, like other than the graphics, I would have no idea. But
you would know.
Supposedly it's a pretty good game, right? I mean, well, obviously, if the kid
it's amazing.
Loves it,
yeah, it's one of the best games on the whole system. So I mean, it's wonderful.
Is there any other games on that system?
Yeah, there's a lot of Final Fantasy.
I mean, that you have in possession. Like, is he going to play anything else?
I don't have any games in my possession. So that's what we've been looking at eBay, and we might go up to, there's a retro video game store near us called Video Game Castle that we might go check out. Some of the games that I would want to play are just ridiculous, like through the roof, the prices. So I guess we'll see what we can do. I'm not really looking to spend like $110 on a PlayStation 1 game.
I would love to be the guy behind the counter when you walk in there and be like, "You got any PlayStation 1 games?" And he's like, "All right, let me take a look in the back." And there's like a warehouse like
it's
Indiana
a retro
Jones.
video game store. They have tons of PlayStation 1 games.
If you say so. You say so. The only thing I remember about PlayStation 1 is that there was a Speed Racer game that came out on it. I don't remember if it was good or not. No, actually, it wasn't. It wasn't good.
Terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't good because I remember I immediately wanted the Super Nintendo version, which is way better.
I'm sure it was terrible. Great. Well, yeah, I mean, it's just the two of us. Aubrey is not feeling well this week, so she won't be joining us. So I guess that's it, Mark. You should probably tell the listeners where they can find more So Wizard podcast.
All right. So everybody can go to SoWizardPodcast.com where you will find new episodes every week. You'll find movie reviews from yours truly, Netflix and Amazon streaming picks from our buddy, the awesome Adam Wallyhawk. You'll also find our merchandise there, so you can purchase some of our So Wizard t-shirts and sweatshirts. Look good while you represent the show. Another great way to support our show is by doing your Amazon shopping through the link that we keep right on the website. Click on the Amazon logo, the big yellow A. You do your shopping, you receive your products, and that way you'll be helping out our little podcast. You can also find our social media links there. We have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so get at us. You can subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review while you're there. You can also find us on the Stitcher Radio app for your tablet or smartphone. We are on Podbean, Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We also have a Patreon.com website where you can support our show monthly. A small donation will get you bonus content from the So Wizard crew. We also have a YouTube page that has videos going up constantly, mostly from Adam Wallyhawk. A shout out to all of our fellow podcasters in the Geek World All-Stars Podcasting Network. Back to you, Joey.
Sonic's arms are not freaking blue. Christian is innocent.
That's the most maniacal laugh I've ever heard.
It will never cease to be amusing to me. All right. What do you got for news, Mark Ellis?
Yo, pump it up. It's time for the news. Yo, we getting ready to bring you the news, boy.
Okay, so let's start with some trailers that dropped this week. We got our look at the new season of Castlevania. Castlevania Season 3. It's another Netflix anime.
Anime?
Why don't you understand that anime belongs in the trash?
Tyrone is getting mad love in this episode. Holy shit. I only watched Season 1. I never got caught up on Season 2, but this trailer looks pretty badass. It looks like it has more of the same gore and violence and hero adventures that you would expect from Castlevania. I did like the first season. I will get into the second season, but I think this trailer looks nasty. I think it looks so cool. Joey, what did you think of Castlevania Season 3?
Maybe you should watch Castlevania Season 2 instead of going to see Star Wars one more time.
And maybe, if Castlevania was Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, then that'd be a different story.
What's your name? Castle. Castle what?
Castle Skywalker.
I think it's only like 6 episodes.
Season 2?
Yeah, it's not long.
Oh, shit. I could bang that out.
Yeah, you could do that in like a day if you wanted to. And that was a good thing about Season 1. Also, it was only 4 episodes. So it was like, boom, done.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks amazing. I'm super excited. The second season was awesome. I'm curious as to where this is going to go. But obviously, they kind of tip their hat a little bit. I'm trying to dance around spoilers because now you haven't watched Season 2. So.
That's fine. You can. Dracula's dead. They say it right at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they killed Dracula at the end of Season 2, and this looks like he was putting together a team.
Okay.
Of other vampires to like take revenge on humans. So it looks like they're going to be cleaning up the rest of those guys in this season. So I'm really excited. I'm legitimately shocked at how awesome this show is. I was not expecting it to be great. The first season was really a 2-hour movie they cut into 4 episodes.
Right.
And then season 2 is phenomenal, and then this looks great. So as long as they want to keep making them, I am all in on this.
As long as they start off season 3 with the dead speak and Dracula comes back, that's all I want.
Jesus, enough episode 9 with you. As long as they keep the seasons between 4 and 6 episodes of 20-minute long episodes, I'm all in.
Yeah, I got bad news for everyone. My Star Wars ridiculousness is not gonna slow down anytime soon. In fact, it's gonna get worse by the time the DVD comes out. So
watch Clone Wars or something.
Yeah, I have been doing that actually. It's a great way to fall asleep at night.
Yeah,
or at least season 1 is. I'm sure season 2 is better, but God, season 1, I'm like, oh man, this episode looks pretty good. And then that's it. I'm done.
Welcome to my world.
All right, so then another trailer that came out this week was a movie that's coming out this summer, Green Knight, starring Dev Patel and your girl, Alicia Vikander. It's hard to tell what this movie is about. It looks like almost like a King Arthur type of setting, medieval time, but with a little magic, maybe a giant, maybe some trolls. It's hard to tell.
It was about a knight that was really into the environment.
It's just a really jealous knight.
It's all about making that cash.
There you go. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Visually, it looks cool. I have no idea what the story is. I wasn't even sure if this was even worth mentioning until I saw Alicia Vikander's name in it. I'm like, oh yeah, we're this movie is definitely going to be popping up in the future. So I think it looks pretty badass. Joey, what'd you think of that trailer?
I thought it looked kind of cool. She wasn't in the trailer at all. Was she even in the trailer?
I think they showed like a really quick clip of her, I think.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that. So that's really my only interest is the fact that she's in it, and I'm madly in love with her. So other than that, it looks kind of cool. I guess there's some monsters and like medieval fighting, but it might be a little too hoity-toity for me. I'm not sure.
Well, it is from the director of Disney's Pete's Dragon. So we got that going for it.
Well then, let me run out to the theater and get my tickets today.
He's also the director of
that guy's still alive. The movie came out when I was a kid.
No, believe it or not, there was a remake. I know it's hard to believe Disney made a live action remake of something, but yeah, that happened. And he also was the director of the official So Wizards senior political correspondent Amanda, one of her favorite movies, Ghost Story, from a couple of years ago.
I have a feeling I probably wouldn't like that movie.
Probably not. But it shows his versatility. So that plus the visuals of this means I'm definitely going to go check it out.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out. I guess. I don't know if we do it for the show. If we don't, I probably will never. I'll just look for screen grabs of her on the Alicia Vikander subreddit. So
yeah, there's also
call it a day.
Yeah, there's also a very good chance that this movie won't come out anywhere near us. It's A24. That studio isn't exactly known for like their wide releases. They don't hit like 2,000 screens.
That's what sucks. Like sometimes we get these kind of movies at one of the bigger theaters near us, which means nothing if you're listening to this show and you don't live near us in West Springfield. But if they only play in Amherst, it's like physically impossible for me to see the movie. Like,
yep,
I just can't. Their screen times are like 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and it just does not fit into my schedule. So you'll have to get a guest host for that one, man.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's coming out this summer, so there might be other things happening this summer. Fast 9.
Yeah, it's a big summer movie.
Yeah.
Green 9, the Green Saga.
So now this one, I was kind of hoping Aubrey was going to be with us for this one because I wanted to get your guys' opinions. I wanted to get a number actually out of you based on the official Code 45 Give a Fuck a Meter. We have 2 80s classics that are coming back, both by Disney, ironically. I know, it's shocking. First, it looks like our boy, Mr. Young Guns himself, Emilio Estevez, is coming back for the Mighty Ducks TV show. It's going to be on Disney+. I like the first one, the first Mighty Ducks movie. I like the second one. I will definitely be watching the show because Lauren Graham, a.k.a. Lorelai Gilmore, is on it. So that's a win for me. Joey, give a fuck a meter. How psyched are you for Emilio Estevez coming back with the Mighty Ducks?
0.
Wow, not even a 0.5?
I never even saw a single Mighty Ducks movie because I'm not. Maybe if I was like 15 years, if I was Aubrey's age, maybe I would care, like a 90s kid type thing. But yeah, I've never even seen one of those movies.
Move this man!
How dare you?
And I also thought it was a really dumb name for an actual sports team when they used that as well. So
that's true. That's true. I wasn't really too psyched about that either, but I'm not a hockey fan, so I couldn't give a shit.
Well, that makes me sad just in and of itself. But
but the movie is the first movie is awesome. It's like the Karate Kid on skates. It has Emilio Estevez in it.
I'll just go watch Kurt Russell as Miracle again. Thanks.
Damn it, where's Aubrey? All right, so then the other one, I'm curious about this one. Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement. Mr. Spaceballs himself, Ghostbusters. He's doing another Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Well, actually, Josh Gad is going to be playing his son, and Rick Moranis is coming back probably as a cameo, playing the original character from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I like Josh Gad. I think he's actually really funny. He did a really funny when they were doing a Disney Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. When they were doing a Galaxy's Edge like opening, he did like a little TV special behind the scenes stuff, and it was fucking hysterical. So yeah, I'm psyched that Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement. Joey, were you a fan of any of the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies?
I really liked the first one. I don't remember the other two at all. There were two more, right?
Yeah, I think there was actually three more. There was first one was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Second one was Honey, We Blew Up the Baby.
Right.
Third one was Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Okay, I don't remember the third one at all. I remember the second one existing. I didn't see it, but I did love the first one. And I remember going on the ride at Disney World.
Yeah, there you go.
It wasn't a ride. It was like a animated or a 3D movie or something in the theater would like the seats would like move and do stuff in time with the screen. And then they had like a park, like a playground that you could go in that was like, looked like you were outside with like ants and stuff. So I remember that. I mean, I really like that movie. I like Rick Moranis. So yeah, I would probably say like a 3, just out of a cautious optimism for it being cool, but I really don't like Josh Gad. So
it's too bad.
So if he's like the focus of it's just from his association with Frozen. I'm sorry.
And you've seen Frozen.
No, but it's just everywhere and it sucks. And I did have to sit through Olaf's amazing adventure when I went to see Coco.
Okay. All right. I guess
for that alone.
I guess that's fair. I'm psyched for it. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. I'm ready for it. And Mighty Ducks, I'm giving that a 5 out of 5.
Is this a TV series on Disney Plus?
I think it's I think it's a movie straight to Disney Plus. I don't think there's a lot of money back in this movie.
Technology's advanced now. They don't really need to spend too much on this, right?
Yeah, right. We got the Atom on a CW show, so anything's possible.
Yeah, you can green screen this whole thing.
Yeah, just give me Paul Rudd as an Ant-Man cameo, and I'm good. I'll take it.
Oh God, don't give him any ideas.
Rick Moranis joins the MCU. It's the ultimate crossover. Ghostbusters
MCU back.
Crossover.
Private school ain't cheap.
There you go. All right. So then another trailer that came out. This one was kind of shocking. We got a little teaser of season 4 of Stranger Things. We got the question that's been on everyone's mind for the past 5 months, 6 months. What happened to Hopper? We get our answer in the trailer. They kind of just throw the spoiler right at the beginning. So yeah, I loved the last season. I'm down for season 4. They could show me nothing, and I'm still going to be ready for it. Joey, what did you think of this footage that they showed? And how do you feel about them spoiling it right off the bat?
Well, my wife refuses to watch this trailer.
Okay.
She doesn't want to know anything about season 4 until it comes out and we're watching it.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's 51 seconds.
That's all right. That's all right.
I think if they're spoiling this in the trailer, it's not a huge plot point. Like, we're not looking at footage from like episode 8 of 9 right now. Like, it's probably a reveal within the first 30 seconds of the first episode. So,
right.
Like what that means for the plot. Is the whole season going to be about getting him back from Russia, or is he back within the end of the first episode? I don't know, but obviously it's not that huge of a reveal, or they wouldn't put it out there. They seem to be pretty damn careful with what they're showing you.
Yeah,
a lot of the twists and turns from season 3 you didn't know from seeing the trailer at all. Like it wasn't like the first teaser was like, oh, here's a commercial for Stranger Things. We're going to show Billy dying in it. But yeah, I mean, Stranger Things is awesome. So as long as it keeps on the path it's on, I'm happy. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, that's what I think. And you know, people complaining about the fact that everyone mourned Hopper's death at the end of season 3 and felt bad for him. They feel kind of cheated that he's back already. You got to keep in mind, this TV show is based out of the 80s. They're following the same tropes as a lot of 80s movies did. So as soon as he was gone, I'm like, oh, the next one is Search for Spock. You know it's going to be Star Trek 3 Search for Spock, because everyone was sad when Spock died in number 2. So you know they're following that same pattern. So I'm fine with it. Give me all of the 80s tropes that you can, Stranger Things. I'm ready.
Hurry up with them, because those kids are getting old.
It's all right. Stranger Things, the college years. It's happening.
Oh, Jesus. Was there any more Saved by the Bell TV shows after that, or was it just the college years?
I think it was the college years, and I think Zach and Kelly got married in like a TV movie. And then I think there's another TV show coming out, and I think about it.
There's a new Saved by the Bell like reboot coming out.
Yeah, new, but with the same cast, or some of the same cast members.
Right. So we'll at least get a TV movie later on with Mike and Eleven marrying.
Yes. Like Joni Loves Chachi. We get the spinoff. Mike Loves 11.
I'm all in.
Right? I'm ready for it. Ready for it. Instead of Laverne and Shirley, we'll get Dustin and Lucas. They become college roommates. Come on.
Who's going to be our Mork from Orc in this? Yeah.
The Demogorgon as Mork. I'm ready for it.
I'm all in. Is he going to give birth to Jonathan Winters later on? God, that's a deep cut, huh?
Oh, God, we're old.
Mm-hmm.
So old.
Sorry, kids. That's why they make Wikipedia. Yeah.
So, kids, before Robin Williams was the genie. Oh, okay. All right. So then in the last bit of news, something that I was very excited over, we got our first look at Robert Pattinson. We get a first look at his costume in the new Matt Reeves movie, The Batman. It's a camera test, just like they did for the Joker, just like they did for Birds of Prey. You got a little bit of the score for Michael Giacchino. That's my man. But yeah, we got a first look at the new Batman outfit. Joey, what did you think of it, dude?
I thought it looked really cool. I don't know when this happened, but I'm over him having been in Twilight.
Okay.
I just don't care anymore. So a lot of people are in stupid movies, so who cares? Maybe it was when I watched The Lighthouse, even though I didn't really like that movie. I don't know. But yeah, I think the outfit looks cool. I'd like to see the top of it. You don't get to see the ears.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought it was it's like, why are they showing us Daredevil season 4?
Oh God. And so I want to see if it's short ears or tall ears. Are you team tall ears or team short ears, Mark?
I am team short ears.
Okay.
Tall ears should only exist in the comic books.
Okay. I am team tall ears, so
Whoa.
We'll see what they come out with. But yeah, I mean, it looks really cool. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it. And some of the other characters. I'm hearing rumors that Catwoman is not going to have a Catwoman costume and wear more of like a motorcycle racing costume.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with it.
Whatever it takes to get Zoe Kravitz in a tight outfit, right?
That's right. You got to save something for the sequel, man. This is a trilogy we're dealing with. Can't give it all up front.
That's right. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really cool. I like the neck of it, or the collar that he has. That shows that his it's not like his neck isn't connected to his shoulders like all the other costumes. Like it looks like he has a little bit of flexibility in there. And I like the look of the mask itself. It has like a real leathery type of look, which I thought was really cool. Not that hard plastic, sculpted plastic. What did you think of the emblem on his chest?
It looked weird, but that's fine because I think this is supposed to be like he's just starting out, so maybe it's a different design. My main concern is going to be if he can move in the suit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will be able to.
I really don't want any Christian Bale Batman fight scenes, please. God, no.
That was more the director. That wasn't Christian Bale's fault.
Well, he also really couldn't turn his head in it. So.
Yeah. What do you think of the gun being the chess piece, or the gun that killed his parents being on
is that
being
confirmed?
in a bat symbol? I'm pretty sure it's not 100% confirmed, but it's definitely two halves of a gun. Like, that's for sure. Why else would he be wearing a gun on his chest?
I don't know. We'll have to see how that's handled in the movie, because just when you say it out loud, it sounds stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how it's handled in the movie.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like he's going to take his bat symbol off his chest and assemble it into a gun and shoot somebody, I think that we'll be okay.
I would love that. That would be amazing. You get the Transformer sound and when it turns into a gun. Batman, motherfucker. Pow, pow, pow. I would love that shit.
Oh, God.
Sign me up. Yeah, I think it's cool. Kevin Smith did a comic book like a while ago where Batman did melt down the gun. He did have the gun that killed his parents. He got Joe Chill's gun, and he did melt it down and use it as a plate for underneath the bat symbol. I remember there was some one of the Frank Miller books, where he said, the reason I wear this dark costume with this big yellow bat symbol on my chest is that the criminals are idiots, and they're going to aim for it. They're going to use it as a target. So I think Kevin Smith using a melted down gun as like the shield to keep it a little more bulletproof when they aim at the target, I thought that was pretty cool. So if they're incorporating that into the movie, I got no problem with that. I think it's pretty dope.
We'll see.
Let me see. And then that's it. That's all I got for the news.
Awesome. All right. Well, it's nice we had some stuff to talk about this week. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with our full review of Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie.
Hey everybody, this is RJ, Ash,
Ray,
Brandon,
Harrison,
and Bronson. We host a Dungeons & Dragons podcast called Realms and Nerds. Some highlights of our show include wreaking havoc in every town we visit,
blowing up hot tubs, killing off fan favorite characters,
high necromancers,
inappropriate wedding etiquette,
and every now and then, actually good storytelling.
Join us in the realms of Pridea for fun fantasy adventures. You can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or just about wherever you get podcasts.
And we're back. All right, Mark Ellis, we both had a chance to go see Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's do some non-spoiler thoughts to start, and then we'll jump into spoilers after a sound drop. So if you haven't seen it yet and you're planning on it, we won't ruin it for you right up front. But let's get some initial impressions. What did you think of Sonic the Hedgehog?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I didn't think it was, it didn't do what I usually want comic book movies to do, is make me want to run out and play the video game or read the comic book right away. It didn't give me that urge, but as I was watching it, I was enjoying it. I was having a good time.
Okay. I thought it was infinitely better than anticipated.
Okay.
But it was not like a great movie or anything.
Yeah.
It's not like I wouldn't buy it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
But I'm also, as a parent, I've sat through ungodly awful kids movies. So the fact that this wasn't ungodly awful was shocking, and I was thankful for that.
Yeah. Did you get the trailer for Peter Rabbit before
No.
the movie? Oh, that movie looks horrendous. Holy shit.
What the hell did we see it in front of? I went to see something. One of the movies we did here on the show, and then we saw that trailer, and you were right, that movie looks terrible. People liked the first one that much?
Apparently there's a big audience for Rabbit movies.
Peter Rabbit Cinematic Universe. Trying to remember what trailers we saw. Thank God we didn't have to see In the Heights again.
Oh, shut up, dude. I can't wait for that movie. I'm going to be there day one.
I regardless of the quality of the movie, I think I've seen that trailer 50 times in the last 2 months. I'm good.
Wow. I've only seen it. I think I've seen it once in the theaters, and that's it.
Wow. Every single time I go to the movies, I feel like I see it. And then we were there to see Birds of Prey, and they had a poster for it. I'm like, God damn it. Regardless. Sonic. Okay, so, Yeah. Any non-spoiler thoughts on Sonic, or should we just jump into it?
Yeah, I just want to say if you are, hesitant about it, as far as like the other video game movies go, this one is actually a pretty good one. And it's, kids, I think kids will like it. I think adults won't hate it as much as you would think that they would. It doesn't have like a lot of Shrek adult humor in it, but the jokes are kind of clever. And Jim Carrey is amazing. So, yeah, no spoilers. I would say if you're even remotely interested in it, go see it. If anything, just for the fact that so many animators had to bust their ass to redo the Sonic design.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's up there with Mortal Kombat as the best video game movie. As an actual movie, obviously there's some bad video game movies which are amazing, like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat Annihilation. But I thought it was right up there with Mortal Kombat 1 as the one of the best video game movies. So there's no other way to get into it. We're just going to have to start spoiling. So play the sound drop and let's do it.
Spoiler alert! I had seen the future and I had to prevent it.
All right, Marcellus, give us some things that you liked about the movie.
I really liked the beginning of the movie. Like, I really liked the hero's journey that it set up. Not playing the video games at all. I have no idea if any of this is even accurate. Like, was he raised by an owl?
Not in the ones that I played, but I mean, there's probably been like 15 Sonic games since the last time I played one that are filled with borderline incomprehensible
mythology building.
Mythology, yeah. So, I mean, it's possible. I don't know.
So I did like that. It immediately put me right into, oh, this is a superhero movie. Okay, I'm cool with that. Like, it starts off with a big action scene, and then he does the Harley Quinn where he stops the movie and is like, let me start back at the beginning. So it puts him on a hero's journey, and that I thought was really cool. I loved the voice work by Ben Schwartz. Yeah, I mentioned before, I'm a big fan of his, so I thought he did a really good job.
What else is he in?
He looks just like Steve from Stranger Things. He looks like an older version of Steve, and he was in Parks and Rec as Tom's like business partner kind of guy. He just showed up and said goofy stuff, and just a goofy character. He's really funny and like in small spurts on that show. If you watch like any interviews with him, and he's a big geek too, which is very cool. If you watch like any interviews with him, you'll see he has like that really kind of quick sense of humor, kind of like Ryan Reynolds a little bit. But yeah, I thought he was really funny. I thought James Marsden was actually pretty good. He didn't phone it in. He actually like delivered a performance, which I thought was pretty cool. Shout out to Tika Sumpter, who wasn't in it enough, but fine. And of course, got to give it up to Jim Carrey in probably some of the goofiest cartoony acting he's done. And that's saying a lot through all of his career. I thought he actually did a really good job. I actually really liked his character. When he showed up on screen, I was like, oh, this is fun. This is good. I like this. I want more of this. The interaction between him and James Marsden, I thought was amazing. And the design. I thought the Sonic design actually works. I couldn't imagine what this movie would have looked like had they kept the original design. It's something about him looking that cartoony mixed with what Jim Carrey was doing just blended perfectly. So I loved all of that.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page with you on all that. I enjoyed the movie. Like I said, I didn't love it, but I liked it. And, Sonic was good. The voice work on Sonic was good. There was a little bit of line of sight was a little off in some of the movie.
Oh, really? I didn't catch that at all.
Just sometimes it felt like Sonic wasn't there.
Okay.
Like that. You're used to being a CG character, but generally they do a good job of putting it in the movie. Sometimes it just felt a slight bit off, but it was like jarring or anything. But it definitely was noticeable at times. But yeah, I mean, the design looks good, and it looked like it came right out of the video game. So thank God they didn't use that other design.
Seriously. I mean, I can understand why. I can understand why they would want to do that, because with the story and with the script, you can tell they were not taking it serious, but they were putting some effort into it. You know what I mean? They kind of wanted to give it a little grounding. And I can see how that would reflect in the design of that character because it looks a little more grounded. It doesn't look as cartoony. But yeah, changing it was definitely the right move.
James Martinson, like you said, is giving his all.
Yep.
I don't know what movie he thinks he's in, but he definitely did not just show up to cash a paycheck on this movie. Like, this dude is all in on Sonic the Hedgehog. And it was appreciated. I will say that. I liked his character. I thought it was really funny. You are right. His fiance was smoking hot.
Seriously.
Like, why would you even entertain moving away? I would just be like, whatever you want, wherever you want to go.
Seriously. You want to live in a cave? That's fine. I'll get a shovel. We'll just dig a hole right here in this mountain. Yeah, that's fine.
Let's go move into Sonic's cave. Yeah. And like you said, Jim Carrey finally is back. I don't know if he's going to be back in other things, but it was really nice to see like old school Jim Carrey in this movie. It was a nice nostalgia like blast. Like he was funny, and I really enjoyed him in this movie. And it was just like, man, I miss this guy. Please stay this way.
I actually really liked that character too. I thought the character was a complete asshole, and I loved it. I loved the way he talked down to everybody. It was fucking hysterical for me.
Yeah, it was just like, man, why is he still not making comedies and stuff? Like, I don't get it.
No, he's an artist, man. He has to do whatever his heart tells him.
Well, I get it. He's like, well, God, he's going to be old now, right? Probably in his late 50s.
Yeah, probably close to 60.
He probably doesn't want to make movies crawling out of a rhino's ass anymore. But like, I don't know, every now and then it's nice like this to throw the fans a bone. You know, let us remember why we loved you. So yeah, I mean, those were the things I liked. But now, what about things you didn't like, Mark Ellis? Anything you didn't like about the movie?
There was a couple of things. It definitely felt like they were trying hard to make this story happen. It's like, all right, do we really need to stop off at a bar and have this little blue guy just like walk around and no one really like pay attention to him? You know, he puts on a cowboy hat and that's it. Everyone's like, oh, that's fine. So some of that seemed a little extreme. Him, like, he couldn't get a map and figure out where San Francisco was. He's super fast. He could have just ran there, got the rings, and come back.
Why couldn't he just run up the side of the building?
Exactly. They worked so hard to make this movie happen. So that I was like, but it's fine, whatever. As long as the kids are entertained, that's fine. And the one thing I just can't forgive them over is when they stop the movie and look in the camera and go, do you guys like Olive Garden? Unlimited breadsticks and salad? I'm like, you couldn't do Sonic? Like, no one could do this. They couldn't do the tie-in with the Sonic restaurant. It had to be Olive Garden. Makes no sense at all. And the fact that they stopped the movie to deliver this commercial, that was annoying to me. But other than that, I didn't really have a problem with it. I thought the ending, the big finale, was a little bit anticlimactic and a little bit too convenient how they just happened to wind up back in the same town with James Marsden and his wife. I mean, I understand you got to keep him in a movie, but that was a little bit too convenient. But yeah, those are my only real complaints about it.
I didn't mind the Olive Garden thing because it was a joke, but when they're like, let's look it up on Zillow.
Right.
I get it. It's just, you know, I have to call it out because if I'm going to call it out in other movies, I got to call it out in this one. But, you know, it was like when in Man of Steel, Smallville was the only one stoplight town with a 7-Eleven, a IHOP, and a Sears on the same corner. I get it. You got to pay the bills somehow, but you know.
Yeah, but that was a fight scene that took place in front of or in the middle of an IHOP. They didn't stop the movie and be like, man, I could really go for a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity right now.
Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Might have been a better movie if they did. Couldn't have been a worse movie. Yeah, so it was pretty blatant. I wonder if it was just played as a joke. So I think maybe they had to do that somehow. That was part of the agreement to work it into the movie somehow. So they did the best they could.
Yeah, I bitched about it as I stuffed my face full of breadsticks at Olive Garden after the movie.
Yeah, there you go. It worked. And you didn't even get a free gift card for it.
Nope.
So I understand that. Yeah. And the plot is paper thin. I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. It was a little like there's a lot of contrivances, like you said, and a lot of like stuff you just have to let go. Like, why do they have these robots? Like, why does Dr. Robotnik have these robots? Like, is he part of the military? Is he not part of the military?
You
just can't think about these things.
Yeah, he's the rogue agent, dude. He's the smartest guy in a room who wants to play with his toys, but doesn't get the opportunity to.
So yeah, I mean, the plot was a little thin, but other than that, I mean, there really wasn't much to complain about. The movie was enjoyable enough. It was funny enough. It was good enough. It was not. This is not fucking like Parasite or something. It doesn't have to be an Oscar-winning movie. It just had to not suck hairy man balls, and it definitely was able to not do that. It was. I can tell you, it was stunningly mediocre.
Okay. All right.
And I mean that in the nicest way possible. What did you think of the after credit scenes?
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. I had no idea what that was. I know everyone in the theater was very excited when it happened. And I feel like I don't have my finger on a pulse of pop culture, but I feel like that was kind of a gimme. I feel like that was the easy one, and I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, is that Star Fox? Like, what is that? So, the kids in my theater, they ate that shit up. They loved it. I have no idea what's happening.
So, Dr. Robotnik's alive at the end, and he's starting to look more like himself from the video game. That was that one.
With the big wide mustache and a bald head.
Right. And then the second after credit scene was Tails, the Sonic's, like in Sonic 2. That's the other playable character.
Okay.
It's a fox, I think. Yeah, it's a fox, and his tail lets him fly. He's a double tail. He uses a helicopter blade.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was why people were excited about that.
And he's, I'm assuming he's a cool character. Like he's going to show up.
Well, yeah, I guess if you're into Sonic. But the theater. We went to the theater. God, I forgot that Monday was a holiday, so we went Sunday, and it was a little later on in the day, and it's like usually things are quieting down. And no, everywhere was hustling, bustling still, and it was really annoying. And our theater was packed with kids.
Oh yeah.
And then when Tails came out at the end, they all were like losing their fucking minds, like cheering and clapping,
like high-fiving each other. Yes,
screaming. Yeah, seriously. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess part 2 is going to be big too.
It's going to have the biggest opening of any video game movie ever.
Doesn't take much. They already just had it. Needs to make $1 more than Sonic's opening weekend. It'll be the biggest video game movie ever.
Yeah, well, I one of the other things I actually liked about it was it seemed like they were paying a lot of tribute to other speed movies that came before it. There was a really cool Quicksilver scene in a bar, which I thought was kind of funny. He kind of reminded me of Dash from The Incredibles in a couple of scenes. So, that kind of familiarness I thought was pretty cool. I still don't understand how he got those red shoes, though. Like, where did that kid just happen to find red Sonic shoes for him that fit him?
She had hedgehog-sized Velcro sneakers just laying around the house.
Like
they never really explained where she got those sneakers, did they?
No, like she didn't have a doll or anything. She just happened to have a fresh pair of kicks that happened to be Sonic size and be video game accurate.
Don't worry about it.
Of course. Sorry.
Why did his fiance's sister like hate him so much?
Ooh, yeah, they didn't really explain that either. The whole movie, she was like, divorce him.
He seemed like a nice guy, and he had a good job, and
yeah, but
I don't know. They never gave us like any inclination that there was anything wrong in their relationship at all. And it's a kids movie, so like I didn't expect them to, but like all of a sudden her sister's like, get rid of him. Like, what? What did he do?
It's like, divorce him now. I thought it was going to be like break up with him, but no, they're married. She was like, divorce his ass. Small town cop in a small town. She's like, yo, you could do better. You could do much better than James Marsden, is what her sister was saying.
Well, I mean, she was kind of smoking hot, but I don't know. That was a little weird, but yeah, I mean, this is one of those movies. There's not a lot to complain about in the movie, but there's not a lot to like jump for joy about. Did you Did you think the final battle in the town was a little
Yeah, it seemed very anticlimactic. I was hoping for something a little bit more, but it's fine. It's fine. Him kind of dying and him having like the Matrix moment where James Marsden is like, he's my friend. And then Sonic gets up. I'm like, is this the Matrix? Is this Trinity saying I love you, Neo? What the hell? So that I thought was kind of funny, but it's fine. They probably just they spent all their money on redesigning Sonic. They just ran out of money. Like, all right, let's just kick Jim Carrey to another world, and that's it.
Hopefully they'll get some money for part 2. They won't make Tails look ugly in the movie. Have to redo all the special effects. So, all right, that's kind of it for Sonic. Let's get a score out of 5. Marcellus, what do you have?
I gave this a 3.5 out of 5.
Jesus, that seems really high.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time, and it didn't suck. It didn't completely suck. I had a good time at it.
I know she's not here, but did we get a score from Aubrey?
Oh, that's right, we did. So Aubrey said that she didn't hate it. She didn't think it was a really good idea to make a Sonic movie, but she gave it a 3 out of 5.
Okay, that's fine. She's kind of right around where I was. I gave it a 2.75 out of 5. I probably would have went a 2.5, but as much as it was superfluous, I did like when they went to the bar.
Yeah.
I thought that whole sequence from in the car, right from when he starts looking over there and everything looks really cool, was funny. I thought that was funny, so I liked all of that. And James Marsden's wife in the movie was really hot, so I gave it a little extra points there. So I gave it a 2.75 out of 5. So that is going to do it for Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's get a recommendation from Marcellus, a recommendation from me, and let's wrap it up before we tap it up. Mark, what do you got for the listeners out there? And don't say go see Star Wars again.
Damn it. I haven't really been doing anything this week at all. I would say, I don't know. I would say if you have the chance, go online and read Colin Trevorrow's Star Wars Episode 9 script. I haven't read it. I only read like the first couple of scenes, and it seemed fun. So if you're a Star Wars fan like me and you want to see what an alternate universe Star Wars movie would look like, done by a true fanboy, you can tell Colin Trevorrow is a huge Star Wars nerd just by the first couple of scenes. Find the script online and read that. Don't go see the movie. Just read a different version of it.
Or watch Jenny Nicholson's video on it.
Yeah, or you could do that. She's cute.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Great. Well, I will suggest that you go to SoWizardPodcast.com where you can find the podcast every week. Links to all our social media accounts on the right-hand side of the page. Movie reviews, streaming picks, so much more. SoWizardPodcast.com. Don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, just about anywhere under the sun that you can find podcasts. We will be there. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search So Wizard Podcast. You'll find tons of free and exclusive content on there, trailer reactions, Star Wars talk, so much more on our YouTube channel. Hours of content from New York Comic Con, Rhode Island Comic Con from 2019. Check it out on YouTube. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/SoWizardPodcast. You can support the show monetarily and receive exclusive extra episodes of the show. This month's exclusive movie review is our attempt to review 1917 in one take with no editing. I am sure, Mark, you are excited about the no editing part.
I could not be more excited yet more terrified to do this than any other episode.
There's going to be no screw ups. And if we screw up, we got to start over at the beginning.
Yep.
Oh, God. What did we get ourselves into? But yes, the fun starts at $1 a month. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SoWizardPodcast. I will suggest that you go on to Netflix and check out the new series from Joe Hill, a.k.a. Stephen King's son, Lock and Key. Because that, my friends, is what we are going to be talking about next week on the So Wizard Podcast. But that's going to do it for this week, episode 289. I've been your host, Joey DiCarlo. my co-host has been the queen. God, keep doing that. My co-host has been the expert, Mr. Marquis Marcellus Reagans.
Everybody have a good week. Go see some movies, Sonic, Star Wars, whatever. Take your pick. Wakanda forever.
If you're strong, you can fly. You can reach the other side of the rainbow.
We'll see you next week. Good journey.
It's all right. Take a chance. 'Cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle. When you use your mind, Mr. Bad's got it good. But this ain't his neighborhood, he's taking over. No. From the trial, he can't hide from the power deep inside and make it happen. Sonic boom, Sonic boom. Trouble keeps you running faster. Sonic boom. Save the planet from disaster. Sonic boom. Spinning through a world in motion. Sonic boom. Take it all the way.
I was in tears the first time I saw that.